Have you ever looked at an AI tool and just felt like it's way too complicated to ever really get? Well, if that's you, then you're in the right place. We're about to break down a super simple, really powerful way to deconstruct any AI and actually make it work for you. Okay, let's get into it.
Seriously, you're not alone if you feel this way. I mean, you type a few words into a little box, and suddenly, bam! Out pops this incredible image, or a perfect poem, or a complicated chunk of code. It really can feel like some kind of digital magic, right? Something so advanced, it feels almost, well, impossible to understand. But here's the secret. It's not magic. Not at all. Behind that whole impressive show, behind that curtain, it's just a machine. It's a tool with parts and a purpose, just like any other. And right now, we're gonna pull that curtain back and take a good look at how it all actually works. So let's start by just calling it what it is. For a lot of us, AI can feel like this massive, intimidating black box. We know it's powerful, we know it's important, but what is really going on in there? And it's no wonder we feel this way. It seems like every single day there's a new tool, a new update, a new game changer. Trying to keep up feels like a full-time job. It is so easy to feel left behind, or just assume that this stuff is way too complicated for anyone who isn't, a total expert. So how do we fight back against that complexity? Well, we use a method that humans have been using forever. We're talking about the art of taking things apart. I mean, this is fundamentally how we learn anything, right? When you're faced with something huge and complicated, doesn't matter if it's a car engine or a big idea, you don't just try to swallow it whole. You break it down. You find the smaller, more manageable pieces. And you see this everywhere. You want to understand a painting. You look at the colors, the lines, the composition. You want to learn to code. You start with the basic building blocks, functions, variables, not the entire finished app. Hey, even a fancy recipe is just a meal that's been deconstructed into ingredients and steps. And that is the big reveal here. We can take that exact same method and apply it directly to AI. So instead of seeing this one single magical thing, we can start looking for its basic parts. Okay, so enough with the theory, let's get practical. How do we actually do this? How do we deconstruct an AI tool that you might want to use today? The parallel's actually pretty brilliant when you see it laid out. When you analyze a piece of art, you ask, what was the artist's goal? What materials did they use? And what's the final painting look like? It is the exact same with AI. What is the tool's purpose? What are your inputs? Your prompts and data? And what is the final output it kicks back out? The second you start seeing any AI tool as just a set of these manageable bits, something amazing happens. It stops being intimidating. It becomes something you can actually direct and control and use as a form of leverage. You go from being a passive user to being an active operator who really understands the machine. All right, to make this all super practical, I'm going to give you a simple 3-step toolkit. You can use this on literally any AI tool you ever come across. That's it, just 3 simple steps: goal, inputs, and outputs. Think of this as your go-to framework for figuring out AI. So let's quickly walk through it using a really common example, something like ChatGPT. First up, identify the goal. It's a simple question. What is this thing fundamentally designed to do? For ChatGPT, the goal is crystal clear. Its job is to understand and generate human-like text. It's not there to create images or do high-level math. Its core purpose is language. Getting this straight is always step 1. Step 2, analyze the inputs. Okay, this is your part of the deal. What does the machine need from you to do its job? With ChatGPT, your input is the prompt. That could be a simple question, a command to write something, or even a whole document you want it to summarize. And remember, the quality of what you put in directly shapes the quality of what comes out. This is where you are in control. And third, understand the outputs. What do you get back from the machine? Well, from ChatGPT, you get text. It could be an answer, a draft of an email, a piece of code. By really looking at these outputs, you start to learn what it's good at, like summarizing, and where its weaknesses are, like, sometimes it just makes stuff up. This simple loop of input and output, that's how you truly master the tool. So once you have this toolkit in your back pocket, what's next? Well, this is where you start finding that shortcut to success we were talking about. And look, this is not just some interesting idea to think about. Knowing how to break down these tools is a genuine, real-world advantage. While everyone else is feeling confused or overwhelmed, you'll be the one who can quickly figure out, learn, and then leverage new AI for your own benefit, whether that's at work or in your personal life. I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Putting in the time to understand and use these tools, that's not just about keeping up anymore. It's about getting ahead. And this whole deconstruction method, this is your most direct path to making sure that investment really pays off.
So in the end, AI really isn't some magical black box. It's more like a toolbox, a big one, full of incredibly powerful parts, just waiting for someone to understand them and put them together in new ways. So the only real question left is, now that you know how to look inside the box, what are you going to build?